Roald Dahl wrote lots of magical stories, like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Danny the Champion of the World, and James and the Giant Peach. He invented his own words, and he wrote about fantastic places and people. He was incredibly successful and sold millions of books. Roald Dahl's parents were Norwegian, but they left Norway to live in Wales before Roald was born on the 13th of September 1916. When he was only 9 years old, Roald went to boarding school. He didn't enjoy it. He was terribly homesick, and he wrote letters to his mother nearly every day. Although he was lonely and unhappy, his letters were always cheerful and full of stories. And school wasn't all bad. A chocolate company sometimes sent new sweets for students to test. This gave Roald a love of chocolate and became the inspiration for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Roald wasn't the best student at school. Sometimes he was very naughty. But he was always good at sport and he enjoyed adventure. He didn't go to university after he finished school. Instead, he started working for an oil company. They sent him to Africa. He lived there for over 3 years, but then World War II started. Roald Dahl joined the army and learned to fly a plane. By this time, Dahl already knew how to tell a great story. When he crashed in the desert, he wrote a dramatic report about the accident. Dahl moved to the United States in 1942. Then, in 1953, he married Patricia Neal and moved back to England. The couple lived in the small town of Great Missenden, and they had 5 children. In the 1960s, Dahl became a very successful short story writer and started writing stories for children. Today, millions of children love his fantastical tales. Gemma Holland works at the Roald Dahl Museum. So how did Dahl create his stories?
Roald Dahl always wrote his ideas down in his ideas books that he kept with him at all times. And he actually had some ideas in his notebook for 20 years before he used them.
Where did he write?
He always wrote in his writing hut, and I'm sitting in his replica chair right now, and we're surrounded by lots of really interesting things that he kept in his writing hut.
Did he enjoy writing? Yes, he did. Dahl believed in the magic of storytelling. One of the last lines he wrote was, "Those who don't believe in magic will never find it." Sadly, Roald Dahl died in 1990 at the age of 74. But his stories are still popular with children and adults all over the world.